Here it is.
Oh, and here it is
I
again.
hate to say it, but Reptar, look, there's 3 solid targets for the Lunox again. Look at the HP pools on the Ruby, the Hylos, and the Esmeralda.
Yeah, the Lunox looks... she was happy in the last one. She looks way happier this time around, too.
Sword and the shield all over again. Hey, but it almost worked out for the shield prior. So
yeah.
Maybe.
Hylos, Esme, Rome, mid, EXP.
I'm a fan of the horse.
The horse.
That's it? That's where
That's it. I've been watching a lot of White Horse recently.
Okay, I thought you were going to say, yeah. All right. Well, I thought there was more to the horse, but you know what? Let's jump into the game here once again. It's a best of 3 spot for the semifinals for both these teams. Cloud9, after what happened in Game 1, they bring a very fun lineup, I'd say, with this, especially the fact that you have another debut hero pick with Xayah here on this Hylos pick. Oh, good early poke, too. I mean, they're going to have that. And, of course, too, with Ashley here on this Ruby. A Ruby, typically, we don't see in the mid lane too often, but this is just that dynamic, you know, that C9 has brought to the table for MWI. And the pressure here, though. Okay.
Careful.
All right, she's fine. But I think one thing, too, you have to respect this damage from this Julian. I mean, Killway's also running the Warcry emblem. And, you know, Julian already does quite a bit of damage alone. You pack in some extra percentage.
Again, the knock-up. Oh, the damage coming from Synchro. They might actually be going for this. She has to flicker. Decides, nah, not yet. Nicolette on the Ling, though. Trying to go for the invades already. Already ahead of Kiyoi, actually. Just in the first minute, but Kiyoi will be able to just pick up level 4 as well. But yeah, man, like Leo said, now the Lunox gets a lot of value. Same goes for game number 1, right? The Esmeralda, the Ruby, and the Hylos. I guess now Xayah has a Vengeance, so there's another way to actually turn the damage back around. In game 1, it was the Bulwark. Now it's the Vengeance.
Yeah, and look at this. I mean, even the placements that we see from VSG, the way that they also calculated things in the previous game, very impressive. Again, you know, for a lot of people, they might not know this, but they actually boot camped, I believe it was in Bali, like a week before the tournament. And it shows them, you know, that experience that they gained, however long that was for that week. Whatever they managed to do is showing here in the tournament for MWI. And, you know, with the way that they're rotating, even with this lineup, I think, yeah, it's crucial. Oh, Jewel. That's the Chaos Bolt. You see the damage already early on. This is what I mentioned even in game 1. I was like, man, you know, she does a lot of damage early on. What more when she gets that first or second item even? They're going to keep them at bay here. They're really forcing them out of the turtle pit. C9 can't even get close just yet, but they still might want to rely on Xayah here with that Hylo. She has the ultimate available. Everyone's still available on it.
Xayah isolated all over Kaylee. Pops in the Minotaur Fury, smacks the hammer down, picks up first blood. And now it's Minion. Bravest Fighter, that's a stun as well. Used up Jewel, able to purify out of the stun. Gale again on this Minotaur. Just disengaging, but VSG are really just capitalizing on the fundamentals that Cloud9 want to play with. They always position to turtle, and now they get punished for even walking up to the bushes near the river.
Yeah, it's almost like, I don't know, hold on, Jewel, is she gonna be okay from this?
I don't think so, man. Just a few more blades, one last shot should do it. She gets the shielding, but look at the tank of the jungle, the turrets, Kiyoi diving in, enhanced chain. That's the elephant to take Jewel down.
It is, and they're trying to make a play here on the bottom side. Not going to happen, but, you know, going back to it, it's like, you know, you want to see how are you going to utilize the Hylos pick. You want to kind of, I would say almost better for this lineup to just drop that pathway down earlier, the Glorious Pathway, and let it, you know, you get that speed boost or that reduced movement speed that you can work with, plus that heal, even the Vengeance. So they're going to force Rian out of here.
She actually decides to go for the Battle Member image in front of the Blazing Duet too. That's a fadeaway, jumps back towards the BMI. And Gale's right there to get the motivation roar. Well played.
Good timing. Well played. Yeah, you're right. For VSG, able to make that move, and they're really good. This is what I was talking about earlier, man. The way that they rotate around the map and that they're there for those moments, those timings. VSG has that seemingly really good timing already. For Cloud9, it feels like they're still really trying to make this lineup that work. And now you already see VSG. Hold on.
Good chain into the chaos. Xayah trying to run away with the Glorious Pathway. That's an I'm Fennec connecting on the 2 members, bringing them back under the turret. But Minion zoning Nicolette away with the Bravest Fighter. Kiyoi on the purple buff Jewel, trying to look for an opening here. Nicolette gonna be zoned again. Ashley, no, I'm offended. That's a Minus Fury connecting there, but the Tempest of Blades will be used up. Nicolette still isn't able to find the purple buff. It was Kyoe, and she finds a kill on top of it all.
This is what's tough, man. You get to a point if you're C9 to be like, all right, things are falling apart in the early game for us, and now our resource, our most valuable resource, mind you, for Nicolette is going to be focused on, put the pressure there, and you lose bodies for it. It's too expensive.
Nice.
It's too much to handle because with this kind of lineup, and especially having a Ling there, I mean, we saw the win percentage in the draft. It's not too good. And
25%.
25%, another objective is going to get taken. So, and there's a reason.
Oh no.
Oh, hold on.
Again, oh, the immobilization with the chain, the enhanced scythe, and then again, the roamer that's been killing.
Where can they make a play for C9? Where can they find their own moment here? Because right now, that's what I was saying, you know, you just get to a point where you're so far behind and it's tough to find your winning condition at this point. Even early on already, Brilliant's going to be used under the turret, forcing them back. So VSG is just trying to brute force themselves even for these tier 1 turrets. And at this point, you kind of have to think, all right, for C9, what do we do? How do we get back in this game? Because obviously we have lost the early game. And at the same time, we have to protect this purple buff. And that's why you see VSG playing around that. You know, they see this wound and they continue pressing on it because that's all you have to do for VSG to delay it even further because eventually Cloud9 can farm up, but Xayah,
There's Pathway with Vengeance used up. They're trying to bait out as many resources as possible. Synchro dealing a lot of damage already, and Ashley already used the I'm Offended.
Good
Now
push
Panda
from Panda.
goes for a trade up top, but might be cut off. Minute has the bravest fighter. Doesn't decide to use it. Panda, good positioning back again after getting that turret.
all right, 3,000-ish gold is not anything too crazy. As long as Cloud9 doesn't lose any, you know, bodies here from this point on, they can farm up at least for Panda. She can do what she needs to do because you've only got that Berserker's Fury here for Nicolette. Panda has the Corrosive Scythe working on her neck. War Axe there for Ashley. And that's the thing, man. It's just like itemization-wise, firepower-wise, it's not going to be there for a while. Even with the lineup that they already had, it wasn't going to be the case unless Nicolette had a great start, which is why we see these assassin junglers, you know, play their part so well if they get that early lead. Look at this, Nicolette going to be forced even just to fight for these regular camps for her. And a lot of the times, too, now that you have Gailey picking up the Flask of the Oasis, it's even harder to get through that sustainability, to get through that motivational roar, healing, and this is just going to be another turtle taken here.
The chaos now, I mean, at this point, all the neutral objectives are just getting taken out so quick.
So fast.
The Julian in itself, you know, you can clear really fast with the enhanced scythe. On top of that, you have Synchro. Enhanced chain to be used up onto Ashley there. Minus Fury again. Gailey finding 3. Even the Vengeance is not going to be enough. Now it's going to be Minden with a bravest fighter to the back line. Finding Panda with the last swing. And now it's Rian. Got a Jewel down, running away real quick. But the last skill one gets her. The act of thievery, stealing away the lives of Cloud9.
I'll take that stack. I'll take that kill. And they take everything in that exchange. VSG. I think at this point, they all have the birthday buff, man. They're playing this game so well, so
It's our
perfectly.
birthday.
It's our birthday at this point. And, you know, when you're looking at this kind of, again, they're just planting themselves in the jungle here for Cloud9.
no.
What can you do? What more can you do aside from just look and have everything taken in front of your eyes? Panda does get a golden staff, but again, every time that this happens, you're looking at adding an extra minute to getting that playback potential from C9 now. Oh, hold on.
Oh.
Nicolette?
Wait, gotta be careful. She walked into Dexter there. Oh, that looked close. Gailey, though, rotating over. Pinch poised by Nicolette. No one there to catch her, so it's a good assassination up top onto Rihanna. She gets out. It looked close. It looked really scary. She walked over to Dexter, but it's all good. They get something on the board, finally.
At least they get on the board. Good shot of the, what's at stake there, right? The close-up of the keys that have been crushed already
man.
for MWI. Cameraman doing work there. But, you know, that's the thing, man. When you look at it, Cloud9, they did make a comeback in their tiebreaker yesterday. Now, can they do that here? Is that something that's possible in this game with this lineup? You have to start thinking about if they get to that mid-game, late-game transition and they get to the late game, what is this lineup going to be able to do for them? I think even yet, they should just give up the first Lord. They really shouldn't contest it because they're just not in position to go toe-to-toe yet. I mean, even look at the level gaps. across the lanes here. You know, at that point, too, you have to be very crucial. I mean, Jules only level 8 to Minun's at level 11. And even with an Esmeralda, you're not going to really be able to be up front like you hope. So it's up to VSG. They might even just try to bait this out, you know, for C9 to have some form of confidence to see if they can turn things around. But honestly, for C9, they need to buy as much time as possible. Wait for that moment. Nicolette?
Another one going with the Blazing Duet. Now Rian able to get the solo this time around. Disaster for Cloud9. Minun, bravest fighter, glorious pathway placed down by Xayah just to disengage. The assassin lost in a 1v1.
That's not good. Yep, Nicolette going down there, especially against the gold laner from VSG, is just going to resort to a Lord secured, an objective secured. You know, again, she's really just trying to do what she can. That's you can't count out the fact that Nicolette at this point, especially because she hasn't had a purple buff in a while, she's not going to have the next one either. She's just trying to push the side lanes, trying to get something, because otherwise they're forced to get nothing. And for VSG, they're going to continue to put the pressure here everywhere. I mean, again, the Synchro getting that purple buff is going to make things much worse. She's already got multiple items that she needs to tear through the front line. I mean, what you can call it a front line from Cloud9 here. And as they get ready, Lord, it's down on the bottom side. They're going to keep Nicolette there, but VSG eyes set here on these other lanes, especially in the mid.
Nicolette sent down there without a purple buff. You can see the rest of the members already going to the mid lane, picking up the tier 2. Kiyoe wants to challenge Nicolette into a 1v1. Enhanced Chain going to be used up there. Nicolette deciding to just finch poise out away from that Lord. But VSG, they've always been really impressive with how they manipulate these waves. They let the bottom lane push by itself with the Lord, and they're just going to build up a big wave together with the mid lane. Luckily, Nicolette dealt with it a bit, right? It's taken out a half HP, so it might not be able to really crack this base turret open, but it will get the holy defense before even the next minute wave coming down. Xayah again, even with the vengeance, gets melted down. Blazing Duet once again as Kiyoe jumps in forward. A good falling star moon, lock them down into the turret. Minun is still able to flicker out to safety. Enhanced sword there. They only lose the Minotaur. They traded for the horse. 1 for 1.
A cow for a horse.
A cow for a horse.
You know, good
a
trade.
bull for a horse.
A bull for a horse. Sorry, yeah, a bull for a horse. Good trade there. But, you know, you're seeing it, man. And I would say, like, even for this, okay, I'm offended, going to be used.
Ashley?
Brilliant.
I'm offended. Synchro just says, oh, okay.
I see you guys are here, right? But now still, they're actually going to still force C9 to fight for this purple buff. I don't think they're going to get it, though. They know the I'm offended's gone, and they're not going to get it. Nicolette even utilizing the retribution. So this is a very hungry, a very starved, very 25% win rate Ling. It's so tough to be in. I mean, even looking at the damage dealt, guys, you can already see how much of a disparity there is here in terms of fighting potential for Cloud9. Best thing they can do is stall things out as long as they can. We're talking nearly 5+ minutes at this point to get the items that they need. Once they get to that point, then they can hope they can pull a defense off. I think one of the biggest problems, though, is, you know, when you're in the defense mode in your base, what's your clear speed look like? It's not that great.
No.
You don't have that traditional mage in the mid lane to help clear things out, especially with your marksman. And, you know, you have, it's all about time. It's all about being able to clear things out. You got to carry, but, you know, you're there to shred a little bit. You know, the best thing you can do is shred down some of the minions.
Well, let's see. Cloud9 already posturing up. Trying to go for perhaps just the pick off here. Whoever wants to try to 1v1 Nicolette, maybe it's not going to be a 1v1 this time, right? Now with a Ruby down below. It does seem like for VSG, they're just going to go straight for the Lord. They don't even care about the side lane anymore. They know it's just a tier 1 there.
Yeah,
Synchro.
They trade it.
They already used the Chaos. Minun jumps in with the bravest fighter. They're going to be able to rush it down. Kiyoe fighting. Nicolette still jumping in. Minus Fury connecting on the 2. Panda knocked up and obliterated again by Rian with the Blazing Duet. 2 for 0. An enhanced Lord. 13 minutes in. It's looking blink. Oh.
Yeah, it's grim here at this point. The STC replay, you saw they were off timing on this. They wanted to push that in the bottom lane, the tier 1, but yeah, VSG doesn't care. They would rather get the Lord. And, you know, you were almost thinking, all right, maybe Nicolette could get there in time to try to do some miraculous steal with the retribution, but they were just too late by a second or two. And taking a look even at the items, once again, look at the difference in gold here across the lanes.
Oh, no.
Even for that, Nicolette, she's going to get chased down. Doesn't have a purple buff, too. So So they might just leave her to it, but they still have a Lord down in the bottom side. Oh, Minun knows. She's going to go ahead and stop Nicolette. Orange buff still there too, but she's got to get back to the base here. She's got to help the team defend this. She is there in time, but now will they be able to even hold on to the base?
Rihanna going to be engaged upon now with Wind of Nature, able to survive just a bit. Nicolette with an amazing assassination as Panda deals with the bottom lane. Xayah pops in the pathway. Synchro baited out there. The Chaos. Good stun over to Jewel, still able to survive under the turret. They are able to defend, but they lose a base turret. Now another one in the mid lane with the Brilliant's going to be used up. Again, Panda still able to evade. Now I'm offended. Brilliant Synchro all the way back for Panda to free hit. It's going to be Jewel in the midst of it all. Caught by the enhanced chain slash again. Picking up a killing spree. Kyoe, the birthday girl walking forward. Another chain. That's a double. Looking for a triple right now as Xayah tries to soak in enough damage. Another chain with the elephant coming up. But the Temple Blade saves her. I'm offended, bringing her back once again. Winter Crown going to be used up by Kyoe. Now another chain used up again. But finally, Nicolette finds a shutdown. Looking for a double kill herself. Goes over to the Vine Blade. Goes to the Finch Poise. Up top she goes to clear the wave. But look at the bottom wave. Minun on the base, trying to go for the crash down. Xayah gonna be knocked out, forced to use the vengeance now, and that's a fadeaway kill from Minun. It's just 1 versus 2. Nicolette versus Minun and Kaylee, and she is able to delay for a bit.
Is it enough time though? I mean, Jewel is up, but now Rion's here for the fight. Are they still going to put the pressure on the base?
It's going to be tough. Again, Temple Blades used up. And the Miss Fury will be dodged away from Blazing Duet. The fadeaway shots now as Panda pops over to Nature, comes back in with the light wheels, but it's not going to be enough. Panda's going to be slain. That's a triple. Ashley trying to save the game, finding 2. That's one more member. Minun on the base. The Minun is still there. Play the victory song. VSG has done it again.
1 hit, 1 minion left there, but VS.
Woo-wee. C9, thank you for the effort that you showed here in MWI 2024. A unique lineup. Let's start it off there before we talk about, again, the key pick for VSG. C9, it became obvious because they couldn't get a close early game. They lacked the damage.
It was more than just the lack of damage. It was the lack of clear execution path. CEP. I just came up with that on
We'll make it a thing. We'll make it a thing.
Yeah, but
CEP.
it's mainly because of how layered their approach needs to be for this lineup to work. Again, as happy as we are to see the Hylos, as big a fan as Mirko is of horses, maybe not like this. Maybe not here, not against VSG, who is so scalpel precise with the level of aggression and damage that they have. I think, if anything, this game was much less closer than the first.
Yeah. And we also got to see there one member of VSG that I want to highlight. It's not the key pick I had in mind, but it worked out really well. Gailey just getting her Minotaur back.